All right, let's jump right in. For thousands of years, humanity has been fascinated by gemstones. We've seen them as symbols of wealth, beauty, and even mystical power. But what if we've been missing the point? What if their true value isn't mystical at all, but is actually a hidden blueprint for our entire energy future? Think about this for a second. Ancient texts, like the Book of Revelation, talk about a divine city with foundations built from 12 specific sacred stones. Now, these weren't just for decoration. They symbolized something permanent, pure, and powerful, literally the bedrock of a perfect world. And here's the lineup. These are the 12 gems that have captivated kings, priests, and poets for centuries. But for our purposes today, we're going to look at them a little differently. We're going to treat this list not as jewelry, but as a list of ingredients. And this is where everything changes. What if we've been looking at this all wrong? Let's peel back the layers of myth and symbolism and just look at what these stones are actually made of on a chemical level. Because the answer, it turns out, is the key to a whole new generation of sustainable power. You'd probably think these incredible gems are made of something super rare and exotic, right? Well, the truth is actually way more interesting. They're built from some of the most common, most fundamental, and most powerful elements on our planet. So let's crack the code. Okay, now look at this. This is kind of mind-blowing. A full half of these legendary stones, we're talking jasper, amethyst, chalcedony, they're all just different flavors of one single compound, silicon dioxide, SiO2. You know what else is SiO2? Plain old quartz. Sand. That is not a coincidence, my friends. That is a massive clue. And this right here is a perfect lesson in the power of chemistry. A ruby and a sapphire, they are chemically the exact same thing, aluminum oxide. The only difference is these tiny, trace amounts of other elements. A little bit of chromium, and boom, you get a fiery red ruby. A dash of iron and titanium, you get that deep blue sapphire. It's an amazing metaphor for our energy systems. Tiny, precise changes can unlock completely different and incredibly powerful results. So we have our chemical recipe book, inspired by these ancient stones. The big question is, how do we turn these ingredients into actual electricity? Let's get into the applications and see how these compounds are literally building the foundation of our modern energy world. Let's start with the most common one, our old friend silicon dioxide. The path from a stone like jasper to clean, renewable energy is, well, it's surprisingly direct. You take that SiO2, you purify it down to its elemental core, which is silicon, and that pure silicon is then sliced into wafers that become the semiconductor heart of pretty much every solar panel on the planet. The foundation stone literally becomes the foundation of solar power. And it doesn't just stop at making power. We have to store it too. This is where it gets really cool because you can see all these different gem chemistries teaming up inside an advanced battery. Silicon anodes from quartz can hold way more charge. A super thin layer of alumina, that's sapphire's essence, acts as a super safe separator to stop overheating. Even topaz gets in on the action, contributing fluorine for the electrolyte that makes the whole thing work. It's like the Avengers of battery components. Okay, now for something that feels like it's straight out of science fiction, but it is absolutely real. Certain crystal structures, like quartz and topaz, have this wild property called piezoelectricity. The easiest way to think about it is this. If you squeeze them or put pressure on them, they literally squeeze out a little bit of electricity. It's a way to harvest energy from movement itself, from people walking down a sidewalk to cars driving over a bridge. And this is not just some tiny effect in the lab. You put these quartz crystals in a road, and the force of a car passing over them can generate real, usable power. Now, we're not talking about powering your whole city this way, but it is absolutely perfect for running sensors in smart roads or providing little bits of supplemental power, all captured from energy that would otherwise just be wasted. Okay, so we've got all these amazing individual pieces of the puzzle. Solar panels from quartz, next-gen batteries from sapphires, even energy harvesting roads. But how do you snap all these pieces together to build a system that can actually power the whole world? Let's zoom out and look at the blueprint. All right, get ready for this one, the GHTR-SES. Yeah, I know, it is a mouthful, but the name tells you everything you need to know. It's a gem-inspired hybrid solar energy system. This is a solar power plant that gets a massive upgrade by using the incredible properties of gems. We're talking synthetic sapphire for optics that can handle insane temperatures, and diamond for its unbelievable ability to manage heat. That lets the whole system run hotter and way more efficiently than anything we've had before. So here's how it works step by step. A field of mirrors focuses sunlight onto a receiver that's protected by a tough sapphire window. A diamond heat spreader inside takes that intense energy and distributes it perfectly. This superheated fluid then drives a turbine to make electricity, or, and this is key, it can be used to create green hydrogen fuel. So you're getting electricity and a storable fuel, all from the same sunbeam. And here is the kicker, the real payoff. The estimated efficiency of a system like this isn't just comparable to old-school fossil fuels, it can actually blow past it. We are talking about a totally renewable system that is not only clean, but is potentially much, much better at turning heat into useful energy than the power plants we all rely on today. Now, this kind of groundbreaking science isn't just happening for fun in a lab somewhere. It's a direct response to a major call to action, a push for a new era of innovation to solve humanity's biggest, toughest problems. This quote here, it's from an executive order that officially kicks off something called the Genesis Mission. You can think of it like the Apollo program for the 21st century, a massive national effort to use AI and advanced science to tackle our grand challenges. And you know what one of the biggest challenges is? Yep, energy. And just look at the mission's official focus areas. The solutions we've just been talking about, all derived from the chemistry of those ancient sacred stones, they slot in perfectly. Critical materials, that's our gem-inspired batteries. Semiconductors, hello, that's the silicon from quartz for solar and microchips. Even something like nuclear energy needs advanced insulators like alumina, the essence of sapphire. It's just incredible. The blueprint was right there in front of us the whole time. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? We started with a list of jewels from a 2,000-year-old book, and we ended up with a blueprint for a global, high-efficiency, clean energy grid. It just goes to show you that sometimes the answers to our future are hidden in the wisdom of the past, just waiting for us to find the right scientific key to unlock them.